So like Ada, I've lived in Marpole since 1994, except that that's been my whole life. Yeah. I've lived in the same co-op these past 17 and a half years, and so all of my memories of home come from this neighborhood. I've been a lifelong and a very proud Marpolian. From my first memories of playing in the park for at least 3 hours a day through the sun and the typical rain, to attending my first school just up the block, to taking gymnastics classes at the community center, to doing groceries at the local grocers, to seeing the cherry blossoms evolve throughout the year, this community has been and is my home. One thing that strikes me in all these memories is this communal aspect. I remember having Easter egg hunts and game nights in the co-op and sledding in the snow and playing on the playground with kids that I'd never met before. As I've grown older, though, I've seen the community change, and I think I've been able to look at it through different eyes. Of course, I've seen it change physically, for example, through the Canada Line and new houses being built, and I've also experienced a change in the lack of community I feel amongst the youth in the neighborhood. I see a neighborhood that is going to be entirely different in a few years from when I was a little kid. Living just a block away from the new Marine Gateway project, I do worry about living in the shadow of high-rises and the huge amount of new Marpolians that there will be. And I worry about parks disappearing and it becoming a high-rise neighborhood with stores and a lack of community. Yet, in these changes, I think it's exciting that Marpole will be moving forward and that we can envision a newer and a better future for Marpole. Most importantly, throughout the changes, I want to envision Marpole as a place that I'd want my own kids to live in. I imagine Marpole becoming a vibrant and a sustainable neighborhood with public transportation, local grocers, community gardens, lively central areas where we can do all our groceries, grab coffee, join a yoga session, and borrow a book from the library. I envision there to be parks and affordable housing and places that kids can play together and facilities like community centers and pools. And I picture a neighborhood where I can walk to my local swimming pool and to my skating rink instead of having to drive there, or a neighborhood where kids don't have to get driven to school. As more and more people move into this neighborhood, I think it's important for Marpole not to become a place where we only work or have a home in, but to continue being a community. I envision a place that has a strong emphasis on that communal aspect, so that if I were to live in Marpole later in my life, Marpole would be a place where my kids could feel the same communal aspect that I always felt as a kid. Thank you.